He approached Rav Feldman, Shlita, and he said, I have someone who wants to speak to you. He has to speak to you right away. So what do you have to speak to me for? He says he has to speak to a rabbi. And who is this person? This person, also unnamed. I guess because people otherwise, like the Rosh Hashiva and myself, would be calling them on the phone. So, the president of perhaps the largest Jewish tzedakah clearinghouse organization in America. They make a meeting en route to a place where they can speak undisturbed, and this man starts telling Rav Feldman what he's pouring out his heart. He's saying, I'm disturbed to no end. He says, what's the matter? He says, this happened after last summer in the Gaza war. He says, how could it be? He must have said, how could it be 10 times? How could it be a primitive group of terrorists can disarm a modern, developed country such as Israel that has such a fortified army with state-of-the-art technology, and then they start throwing all of the. How could it be? He says, and then they start throwing all these rockets unprovoked at innocent, unarmed civilians all over Israel. And the whole world supports them. How could it be? And then when we try to protect ourselves and send in the army, everybody says that we're aggressors. We're the aggressors. How could it be? The whole world says this. How could it be? This man is very disturbed. He doesn't understand. He thinks the world is supposed to operate in a certain way. Rav Feldman says, to me, it makes perfect sense. So, Rabbi, that's why I want to talk to a rabbi. So Rav Aaron Feldman opened up a Chumash Devarim. Where's this Chumash Devarim? Perek Lamed Beis. Pasuk Chaf Aleph. Lamed Beis Chaf Aleph. Parshas Azinu, Mishnah Torah. Moshe Rabbeinu speaking to Klal Yisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu saying in the name of Hashem, Heim Kin Uni, below Eel. Hashem says about the Jewish people, they have angered me with what? Below Eel, with something which is not a god. Vani, Akniye, I'm gonna make them give them stars below Am, with a nation which is not I forgot to say that. And he said it's not even a recognized it's not a nation. Palestinians. What are they? What nation are they? Below Am. So the what? Pasuk of Aleph. What does it mean? What do the commentaries say? They angered me by what do the commentaries say? I just read you the plain meaning of the pasuk. Doesn't need any commentary. The Jewish people are being punished by a non-nation, because they have made something which is not a God into Hashem. What does this mean? What was Rav Feldman referring to? What was Rav Feldman referring to? The Jewish people today. Do we really believe in Hashem? Do we really learn the Torah and do the mitzvahs as though we really believed in Hashem? When we start learning the Torah and believing in the mitzvah, and doing the mitzvahs as though we believed in Hashem, so then we won't be angry in Hashem anymore with believing in a non-God, and Hashem will not have to anger us and punish us by means of a nation which is not a nation. That's what he said. He says, but why all of this sorrows? And he said, and look at how you see Hashem loves the Jewish people. Look at what happened. Thousands and thousands of rockets fired against the Jewish people all over Eretz Yisrael. And he said, interesting, I didn't know this. He says, if you'll say, oh, the Iron Dome took care of that. He says, the Iron Dome only takes care of
the ones at the city, 10%.
Rockets. He said there was 3 different types of things. There's rockets, missiles, and mortar. So he says the Iron Dome only took care of the big ones, the big rockets, and the other things were also sent. Thousands. And what happened? There was one fatality. He says, maybe you've heard this before, they interviewed some Arab terrorist, the head of the Arab terrorist organization on French TV, of course, and they asked him, you fired thousands of rockets, and you only managed to kill one Jew. Like, it's not very good. So he says, you don't understand. We fired it exactly in the right direction, but the Jewish Allah was protecting the Jews. We have a good Allah. He protects the Jews. He's a very accomplished Allah. You got this Allah and that Allah and the other Allah. It's about they believe in Avodah Zarah. They believe that they have a God, the Jewish God, this God, and the other. That's basically Avodah Zarah. That's the way he explained it. So the person was very troubled. How? On the one hand, Hashem loves us, and on the other hand, we're getting all this sorrows. Why? Why do we have to have all of this sorrows? If Hashem loves us so much, if He loves us, why does He give us sorrows? So Rav Aaron Feldman is continuing to speak, and he said there was the head of the head doctor of the army some time ago, a number of years ago, I guess, whatever. He was in the field, and he was presented with a soldier who unfortunately had a cardiac arrest. His heart was stopped. They're in the field. I guess in the hospital, if it was in Kerem, they could take him into a machine and try to shock the heart and get the heart going. But they weren't. They were in the field. They had no medical equipment from in Kerem. So this doctor, listen to this. This doctor, he wasn't fazed. The patient was there, flat on the table. He took the back of his fist and he smashed the rib cage of this person who had a cardiac arrest, and he broke a number of bones, a number of ribs there, and he started pulling up the ribs from the chest, and trying to pull away the ribs, and he got his hands in there into the section where the heart was, and he started massaging the heart. And the man was he got it going apparently, and eventually the man was he was restored to good health. So Rav Aaron says to this person, if we would have seen this doctor doing this, bang, what a knack, what a makkah, we would say, this poor person, he's having a heart attack arrest, and what are you doing to him now? You're breaking his ribs. You're assaulting him. What cruelty to a poor defenseless person. Well, that's true. That's what it looks like. But this cruelty ended up getting his heart working again. Rav Aaron told this man, says, what Hashem is trying to do over here, he loves the Jewish people too much to just allow us to continue on our way. The Jewish people is in spiritually they're in big trouble. They're in big trouble. And Hashem loves us too much to just have us continue to go further and further and further away from Him. And what would happen if we were able to solve the Palestinian problem? What would happen? Everybody would say, Baruch Hashem, and we would go weiter. And we'd continue to drift further and further away from Hashem. And that's not what Hashem wants. So that's not a good solution. So Hashem has to bang us in the chest and break a few ribs in order to massage the heart and get the heart going. So this person says, so what are we supposed to do? What should we do? How can we solve this problem? He says, it's not a political problem. The Jewish people have to be educated, and they have to understand that their address is Hashem. They have to be taught Shema Yisrael. They have to be taught that what Hashem wants for the Jewish people is to be the people that keep the Torah, and they can teach the world that to turn to Hashem, that to serve Hashem. This is what the Jewish people is for. This is what the people is for. And the end of the story was that they were supposed to. The person was. They left very close friends after this one, and I thought it was amazing that this person. I don't know if he was religious or not religious, but you see how concerned he is about the Jewish people. He was speaking about the state of Israel, the state of the state of Israel. He's very concerned. He sees a very problematic situation, and he says, "I've devoted my whole life to helping the state of Israel. Shouldn't I continue to do this? What can I do for them?" He says, "You got to tell the state of Israel they have to start educating their citizens to believe in Hashem and to serve Hashem." And it's not just the government. It's every Jew. Every Jew has to hear this message. Every Jew has to hear this message. He's frum, he's not frum. Everyone. Perek the Rebbe Lezer, Perek Lamed Beis. Shisha nikru b'shmosen ad sheloi noldu. How do we develop our ability to believe in Hashem? What can we do? Perek the Rebbe Lezer says that there were 6 people that either the Malach or Hashem through Nevuah told the parents before they were born what their name should be. Who are the 6? It's a pretty select group. Yitzchak, Moshe Rabbeinu, Shlomo HaMelech, Yoshua HaMelech, Shmo Shel Mashiach, and one more. Anybody know what the 6th one? Who the 6th one is? Yishmael. How did Yishmael get into this group? These are the Gedolei Olam that are going to bring Mashiach. And Yishmael got in here. What's he doing here? Says the Pirkei Rebbe Lezer. Lama Nikra Shmo Yishmael. Why is his name Yishmael? And it was so important, of course, that his name should be Yishmael, that The Malach had to tell.
Hagar.
Oh yeah, right. Avraham Avinu did not know, and the pasuk says that he called him Yishmael. He had Ruach HaKodesh. Anyway, Karasa Shmo Yishmael. It's a pasuk here. Why Yishmael? Yishma Keil. Yishmael means Yishma Keil. Hashem will hear. What will Hashem hear? This is the words of the Pirkei Rebbe Elazar. She'asid HaKadosh Baruch Hu Lishmoya B'kol Nakas Ha'am. In the Asid Lavo, in the time to come, Hashem will hear and He will heed the voice of the crying out of the Jewish people. Nakas Ha'am, one of the 10 Lashonos of Tefillah. Rav Shimshon Pincus, I believe, says it's even without words. It's a nakah, it's a groan, it's a, and that's a tefillah to Hashem from the Tzoros. Mimash asidim b'nei Yishmael asos be'aretz Yisrael ba'achris hayomim. They're going to. Why are the Jewish people going to cry out to Hashem? Because in the future, Bnei Yishmael are going to, what they're going to do in Eretz Yisrael, ba'achris hayomim, at the end of days. Lefikach nikru shmo Yishmael. Therefore, his name is called Yishmael, like it says in Tehillim, Yishma Keil, Hashem will hear, v'ya'anem, and He will answer them. Hashem is going to answer the Jewish people by bringing Mashiach, by bringing the redemption. And that's how Yishmael has his part in bringing Mashiach. And that's why he's in this section of people over here. Yishmael. Okay, this week's parsha. Yaakov and Esav. Yaakov and Esav. Seems like the whole parsha is Yaakov and Esav. Yaakov and Esav. Yaakov gets Esav to sell him the Bechorah. It's not worth anything to Esav. And then he steals the brachas. Rivka sends him in, and Yitzchak was planning to give the brachas of the Bechor to Esav. Esav is the Bechor. People ask, how could Yitzchak have thought that Esav was fitting to receive the brachas of the Bechor? How could Yitzchak have even thought this? Didn't he know the truth about who Esav was? I don't know if it's an answer, but one thing we could say is, I think you can see here who Esav is. Esav has got to be the greatest con artist, swindler, liar, cheat, hypocrite, manipulator of all time. He was able to get Yitzchak Avinu to think that he was a tzaddik. He knows he's not Yaakov Avinu. Okay, he's not Yaakov Avinu. Okay, but he thought that he was a tzaddik. He thought that he was going to be part of Klal Yisrael. He gave him the brachas. He gave him the brachas of the Bechor. The Bechor is the Bechor. This is what this is. And Sof the Hashgacha had it that Hashem was in the picture, and Yaakov got those brachas. Yaakov took those brachas, and Esav was very, very angry, extremely so. Esav says in the pasuk over here, I thought I had the place over here. No. Esav says in Pasuk Mem Aleph, Chav Zayin Mem Aleph, you got the Rivka as Divrei Esav, Beno Agadol. It was told to Rivka. Rivka over here sees everything that Yitzchak doesn't see. The words of Esav. What were the words of? And she called to Yaakov and she told him, Esav, Hine Esav Achicha, Bisnachim L'chol L'hargecha. Esav wants to console himself with the loss of the brachas by killing you. And listen to me, Kum Rach L'cha Elavan Achia Harona. Go run away to my brother Lavan, and stay there until he cools off. Esav. What were the words of? So on these words, Yikruvu Yamei. What did he say? She heard him say. V'yistom Esav es Yaakov ala bracha. He hated him. He for the bracha that he took away from him. V'yomer Esav belibo. He said in his heart, Yikruvu Yemei Abel Avi, let my father die, and then the Harga es Yaakov Achi. Then I'll be able to do away with Yaakov, my brother. I hope that my father dies soon, so I'll be able to take care of Esav, of Yaakov, the sooner the better. On this, there's a most of Rashi in this edition of the Chumashim, which quotes a Rashi in Yechezkel, which listen to this. It's a Rashi must be quoting a medrash over there also. Oh, Rebbe Tanchuma. So it must be a medrash Tanchuma that Rashi is quoting over there in Yechezkel. It's Yechezkel Lamed Hey Yud. Rebbe Tanchuma Darshu. Oh, wait a second. Before I read this, you got to see the last pasuk in the parsha. Last pasuk in the parsha, what happens? So the father Yitzchak tells Yaakov, go to Padan Aram and find a wife over there. And don't lo tzikach isha mibnos Canaan. Don't take a woman from Canaan. Go over there and take a wife, and not from Canaan. Now he never said this Yitzchak to Esav, but Esav found out about this. V'yar Esav, he rose benos Canaan ve'ena Yitzchak aviv. He saw how strongly Yitzchak, his father, felt about not marrying a woman from Canaan. Now, of course, Esav himself, he's already married. Who's he married to? He's married to. He has two women who are from the Hittim, from the Canaan, of course. So what's he going to do now? He hears that his father detests these women. V'yelech Esav el Yishmael. Esav goes to Yishmael, his Uncle Yishmael. V'yikach es Machalas bas Yishmael, and he takes Machalas, the daughter of Yishmael. Right? She's not a Hitti. She's all in the family. She's part of the family. Ben Avram, Achos Nevios, and her brother is Nevios. Al Nashav lo leisha. Al Nashav. He never divorced these Hittim that he was married to. That he wasn't prepared to do, even though he hears that his father didn't like that. But he figured that what he's going to do is he's going to marry one more wife who's from the family. Because what's he going to do that for? Because the commentators, one of them, the Chizkuni, he said that because Esav understood that in order to get Eretz Yisrael, you gotta have the right wife, and so he wanted to protect his ability to be zocha to the brachas in Eretz Yisrael. So he took Ishmael's daughter. took Yishmael's daughter. Back to the Rashi and Yecheskel. On this pasuk, Yikruvu Yemei Abel Avi. Rabbi Tanchuma says, Darshu, Shehalach Esav El Yishmael. Esav went to Yishmael, L'itchaten bo. So we explained one answer, why he went to go and want to marry Yishmael's daughter. Because he wants to keep his avenues available to get the brachos of Eretz Yisrael. And Canaan is they're Benos Canaan. They're not shy to any of those brachos of Eretz Yisrael. Canaan, they're on their way out. They got their time is their days are numbered in Eretz Canaan. So they have to get somebody from the family. So Rabbi Tanchuma, he mentions another reason why he wanted to go to Yishmael to get a wife over there from Yishmael's daughter. He's going to marry into the family, into Yishmael. Then, what's he going to do? He's going to be married to his daughter. So Yishmael is going to be his uncle and also his shver. So now he's able to talk to his shver. What's he going to say to the shver? Says Rashi, in the name of Rabbi Tanchuma, Lashiosh is Orer al Yitzchak. He wants to raise him on. He wants to get him very, very angry at Yitzchak. Al Yerushas Avram, v'yaharig Yishmael es Yitzchak. He wants to get Yishmael angry because Yitzchak was Yitzchak was the spiritual inheritor of the house of Avram. And he wanted to get him, if he could, get him angry and be ma'orer his past and sinna and kinna on Yitzchak, and then Yishmael will do away with Yitzchak. And then he says, "V'yeh ani goel adam," and then I'm going to be able to take revenge as the goel adam. V'yaharog es Yishmael. And then I'll be able to kill Yishmael. And all the newspapers, the New York Times will say, "Shh, see? He stood up for his family." Nothing wrong. That's what it means. It says Yish, and then what? So that's what it means. The Yikruvu Yemei Abel Avi. Let my father's days be finished. Not that he's going to die in his bed. He's going to get assassinated. And then, Arish Ani es Yitzchak, I will be the inheritor of Yitzchak and Yishmael. I'll get everything. Esav has got it all worked out. All worked out, Esav. Another point on this pasuk, just we have a minute or two more. I saw that Rav Hutner Zatzal, he's not the first one. I was looking for the Vilna Gaon, and also I think makes this point that something else also is going on over here in this last pasuk in the parsha. Esav, in order to combat Yaakov, he's marrying Yishmael. He's married into Yishmael. What's he doing over here? There's an alliance here now between Esav and Yishmael, between all the nations of the world that are under Esav, all the nations of the world that are under Yishmael, and they're going to come together. For what purpose? To do away with Yisrael. To do away with Yisrael. To eliminate Yisrael. And Rav Hutner, I saw, it's brought in. He once spoke a very famous speech about the Holocaust. That he spoke to many Jewish educators, and he mentioned this point over here, that he mentioned this pasuk about Esav going to Yishmael, and this beginning of an alliance between the east, meaning Yishmael, the Oriental Empire of Yishmael, and the west, of Esav. And he says you even saw this even saw this in the Holocaust, because he says that the Arab Mufti of Yerushalayim was it was known that he had correspondence, and he even went to Germany to inspect the what do you call it over there, all the camps that they had over there to destroy the Jewish people, and he was very, very much behind and supporting and in favor that and the Germans, Yamak Shemam,
even got a salary.
yeah, all sorts of things that and he said, this where does this come from? Where does this come from? Where did this start? So Rav Levitt says it starts from the very beginnings of time. V'yelech Esav el Yishmo, v'yikach es Machlas bas Yishmo. Yes, as Hashem, we should realize that the times that we're living in are Chevle Mashiach times, and Bezrat Hashem, we should be zocha to daven to Hashem, tefillah, aguna, and Hashem should answer our tefillahs, and we should bring Mashiach tzidkenu b'mheira v'yameinu.
קטונתי מכל החסדים ומכל האמת אשר עשית את עבדך. קטונתי מכל החסדים ומכל האמת אשר עשית